Almost 5 months after the series was unceremoniously cancelled, the cast of The Acolyte reunited to support showrunner Leslye Headland on her ongoing Broadway play. Released in 2024, the Disney Plus Star Wars series takes place in the dying days of the High Republic and follows a former Jedi Padawan, who becomes the suspect in a string of Jedi murders that leads to the unraveling of a hidden tragedy. The Acolyte featured an all-star cast led by Amandla Stenberg, Lee Jung-jae, Manny Jacinto, Charlie Barnett, Daphne Keane, Rebecca Henderson, and Jodie Turner-Smith. Though the story may have ended early, the cast and crew of The Acolyte have remained supportive of one another. Following a recent performance of Headland's Cult of Love, Henderson, who plays Jedi Master Vanestra Rue, shared a photo on Instagram alongside her wife, showrunner, Barnett, Keane, and Margarita Levieva outside the Hayes Theatre. Barnett and Keane, who played Jedi hopefuls Yord Fandar and Jeki Lon, and Levieva, who played Brendok Witch figurehead Mother Coril, were tagged in the photo that saw the group pose for a photo. What The Acolyte's cast and crew reunion means for Star Wars. The cast and crew's spirits haven't been dampened by an incredibly difficult experience. The Acolyte stands out as one of the most notable releases of the current Star Wars era, less for the show itself, unfortunately, and more for the discourse surrounding it. Even upon the announcement of the core cast members, reactionary conservative content creators capitalized on potential culture war narratives due to its diverse cast, as they have with projects including the Marvels. This discourse escalated throughout the show's development and release, as the Acolyte cast members such as Stenberg took a stand against toxic elements of fandom. The unsustainable budget and unsatisfactory viewership were the primary reasons for the show's cancellation. However, this was also paired with the already volatile discussions. This created an unpleasant atmosphere, in which the show's fate was viewed as a potential submission to toxic fandom that shook confidence in the viability of Star Wars' future from those who supported the series. Despite this, Henderson's story does show that, despite the atmosphere of reactionary voices, the cast and crew still treasure their experiences. While Headland, Henderson, and Barnett were well acquainted before The Acolyte, the creatives behind the show have been incredibly supportive of one another, from the cast's support of Stenberg's stance to Jay's recent retrospective. Though discussion surrounding it may have been poisoned by bigotry and the cancellation may have left a bitter taste, it is heartwarming to see that it could not erase the bonds the cast share. Is there still hope for The Acolyte's cancellation to be reversed? Star Wars' future may not be in television, but The Acolyte's place can never be erased. While Henderson, Headland, Barnett, Keane, and Leviera's reunion will leave those who hold the show in high regard pleased, it is unlikely that it could sway the show's current fate. Even when removed from the toxic fandom backlash, Star Wars under returning CEO Bob Iger is reportedly pivoting away from its television output back to a theatrical future, with only a handful of Disney Plus projects in development compared to the streaming service's early slate. As such, despite concepts being set out for multiple seasons and cast members such as Jacinto eager to return, The Acolyte Season 2 revival is unlikely. Nevertheless, not only will the show remain a pivotal chapter that laid the foundations of the Skywalker saga, but its characters will be revisited in multiple comics and novels set for release in 2025. Much like Solo, a Star Wars story's Crimson Dawn adventures wrapped elsewhere, there is always hope the dangling threads of The Acolyte could still find a resolution, even if it isn't put on screen.